On behalf of my father, uncle, and auntie, my brother and cousins, I thank you all for being here. Whether you called her Ma, Auntie, Sittoo, or Dell, you all knew Adele, Lee, and Azar in a truly genuine and very special way. Yesterday I heard so many nice things about Sittoo from people she knew for so many different reasons, family and friends, card buddies, members of the church, neighbors, old friends, older friends, and so many more. But I heard the same words about her over and over, that Sittoo was one of a kind, a special lady, a loyal friend, a spitfire. In fact, we heard from just about 1,000 people yesterday. There was a line for 4 hours straight, and at one point it reached down the block. For this woman, my grandmother, our one in a million. I've thought a lot over the past few days, knowing I would be looking at all your faces, and you back at mine, all with your own memories, each of you having known her at different points of her incredibly active life. I know there's not one of you sitting in this room who remembers her exactly the same way as the person sitting next to you does, which is incredible and a testament to the kind of person she was, our one in a million. So, unfortunately for me, that makes it really, really difficult to speak to each and every one of you about her in a truly personal way, like she was always able to do effortlessly with all of us. But I am incredibly honored to speak on behalf of our family in a way that honors her. Sittoo had a way about her that made you feel like you were the only person in the room, maybe the world. If she was talking to you, she was completely present, and that intensity turned itself around and made you look inward and reflect on yourself. Her opinion of you set a standard, and she made everyone greater for it. We all know she was important to us. Your presence here is an eternal testament to that. But why? To me, she was my grandmother. I was a squirming toddler in her house, a hot ticket when I learned how to speak, fresh when I learned how to talk. Her chained eyeglasses smushed against my face during hugs. The living room blinds were my game show curtains. The armchair was a jungle gym. I knew that the last contestant should have just bet $1. I lied about wearing a jacket when it was actually pretty cold out. And when she wanted me to eat, so help me, I ate. But what did she do for you? Who was she for you? Rather than generalize or hypothesize, I would love to take a moment for us all to think about whatever memory pops into your mind, whether it makes you laugh or cry, for just a moment in silence, now. Thank you. You herself, only about 3 years ago, couldn't be more appropriate. When my cousin Alyssa, her great niece, did an interview for her human development course and played roommates with Sittoo. Sittoo said, "I think I am very outgoing and I make friends easily, but I think that came from how I grew up. You couldn't be shy in such a big family. I made sure everyone knew I was around, and I still do that." Thanks, Alyssa. If all of us lived and communicated the way Sittoo did, it would be an entirely different world. She kept in contact with people she'd known since she was in high school until just last month, and her lifelong friends have been just that, lifelong, the way they should be. She lived her life the way we should all aspire to live. And I believe she's left that way as well. It took many by surprise when Sittoo decided to leave us, but some of us closest to her knew it was her time to go, and I want everyone to know that she chose to go. She was tired, and she wanted to go to sleep, to see her sisters, to get some peace. She didn't want to play cards anymore. If that doesn't convince you, nothing will. She died like she lived, without a fuss, peacefully, quietly, and beautifully. But all the same, it's incredibly hard to lose a friend, especially one who always provided an ear, never mind the coffee and cookies. It's incredibly hard to lose a partner, especially one who made you win in cards 3 times a week. Oh, I missed a page. It's incredibly hard to lose the last of the Sittoos. But we know she's back with her sisters. They all know now, and their smiles are glowing down on us. Uncle Joe, it's incredibly hard to lose your sister, and unfortunately you've experienced it before. But all three of them are looking down on you now, and I can picture them smiling at their baby brother. Dad, Uncle, and Auntie, I have no words. No one will miss her more than you. I remember Dad telling me one time that Auntie and Sittoo were in a fight and weren't talking. He explained that meant that they still called twice a day and said nothing to each other. I asked, how is that possible? Someone has to call someone. And he said, they go, how are you? Fine. What do you need? Nothing. I don't need anything either. Fine. All right, I'll talk to you later. So I think that story kind of says it all on how close they were. To say that you are all very close is like say you kind of enjoy having both your arms. Please remember that if you haven't killed each other through all of this, then you can do anything. So continue to lean on each other. You will need to when this all quiets down. Sittoo was the rock in our family and a constant in our lives. I heard many times yesterday that she was the type of person we kind of thought would always be around. But the truth is, she loved and cared about everything we did, whether it was noted with a laugh, a quip, or the look. We will all miss her and certainly never forget her. I'd like to conclude with words from Sittoo herself during a meditation on times like these when asked by Alyssa. Quote, well, I've lost my parents, my husband, both of my sisters, and countless other family members. I've also lost some friends, but I'm old, so that's going to happen. You know it's a sad thing. I'm not denying that it's sad to lose someone you love or that you're close to, but as bad as you feel, you have to thank God sometimes that they didn't suffer and that most of them went quickly. Time goes by and it doesn't matter how much time passes because you always think about them. But I always try to think about them in a good way. It's not easy, but life goes on, so you think of the good memories, and that's that. I keep them in my prayers and pray that they're always with me. So that's it.